How's it, everybody? Money Shot here again, and welcome back to Hawaii Craps Shooters. In this video, I'll be sharing with you a craps betting strategy designed specifically for the $15 table that I call the Option 70. Check it out. So before I get to the strategy, I just want to thank all of you, our viewers and fans, for watching Hawaii Craps Shooters and subscribing to our channel. Our channel has grown tremendously, especially in the past few months, and we want to thank all of you guys. If you're just a viewer and didn't subscribe yet, please hit that subscribe button. It helps us grow, and we just want to thank all of you guys for your continued support. We appreciate all of you guys. And also for our viewers and fans who asked to give donations to our channel to help support us and help us grow, we appreciate all those gestures. So what we have done is created a Patreon page. So I'll leave a link here for you to click on and also in the description. But basically the Patreon page would be the forum for you to support the channel if you'd like by giving donations, and also to join our new membership. So we have different tiers in there. I'm excited to share that with you. Starts off as low as $5 per month all the way up to $25 a month. You will get advance notice of when we're going to be in Vegas, when our next trips are going to be. You're going to get advance notice of our videos. You guys get to see it first before the rest of the YouTube public sees it. So you get advance notice on that. And you'll even get a chance to roll with us on one of those tiers. So check it out. We're going to get discounts on merchandise, free access to merchandise before it comes out. When our popular dice comes out, you guys will get first access to it as a member. So check out which tier you're comfortable with. That'll help our channel, and all of the proceeds will go to our camera equipment, our editing staff, and also even our travel expenses, more specifically our flights, because flying from Hawaii to Vegas is costly, and I'm going back and forth to get more content for you. We appreciate any donations that you guys can give. Definitely will go all to the channel to grow our channel and bring better content for you. So thank you guys in advance. All right, so let's get to the strategy. So if you're new to my channel, you see that I always like to start my strategies with the goal in mind first. So having a goal is very, very important at the craps table. If you don't have a goal, you're probably playing for recreational purposes only. You don't care what's gonna happen. You're just there to have fun, which is fine too. That's a goal in itself. So having a goal to play recreational and having a goal to make profits, both are goals. So have a goal, know what your intentions are. My goal is to make profits. So that's the reason why I'm starting with the goal first. And so for this strategy, obviously, option 70, the goal is to get $70, right? So $70 is my goal for this. That is my foundation of my strategy. And what I use in Vegas on the $15 table, I want to get $70 as quickly as possible. That is my foundation, and that is where I will start off to where I will start pressing to the moon. So that's the basis. I believe you should always have a foundation. That's my foundation, the $70. So that's why I'm calling it the option 70s. So here's how my foundation looks like. So my foundation is 66 inside, which will be 15 level. So 15 on the 5 and 9, and 18 on the 6 and 8 for 66 inside, okay? So that's the foundation. Now, that's 66, so where's the other 4? The other 4 will be on the hard 4 and the hard 10. $2 each. So that's the 70 foundation that I'm trying to go for. That's my goal, is the 70. From here on, I can press it up to the moon. I want to get my $70 foundation, and from there, there's no regression after that. I will take my chance on that shooter and make as much money as I can. If it's a short roll, I make 25 bucks, 50 bucks, it is what it is. But if it's a monster roll, I'm just pressing it up because this 70 is my foundation. After that, there's no turning back. So I'm trying to get this 70 here. That's my goal. That's my foundation. Why I placed the 4 and 10 here? Simply because 4 and 10 are the least numbers in probability wise to get hit. It's 8% here, 8% here, and I'm not putting out $15 out here, making it $96. I'm more comfortable at the $70 level rather than the 96. That, to me, that's a lot of money. So I'm taking out this, reducing my financial risk, and substituting this $30 with this $4, making it 70. Placing here, by placing the hard 4 and the hard 10, you're taking away 3% out of that. So we're just missing out on the 5% on the easy 4 and the easy 10 to come out, which I'm willing to take that chance, being that 5 through 9 are the more probable numbers other than the 7 to get hit. So this is my foundation. This is what I'm comfortable with. If the hard 10 hits on that, then I will win 16 total. And what I will do is put this up to the 4, place it for the 4, the 10, place it on the 10, and then now that this void is covered, like Chef Dice likes to call it, the void. And if the hard 4 gets hit, again I get $16. Bring this down, and then I will fill the 4 with here, and then I'll go from there. Everything's up. So everything, I would just press it from here. You can press it a half press like I do, or you can collect and press, or you can do whatever. But this is your foundation, and I always talk about having your foundation, having your goal. And in craps, you gotta have a starting point and an end point. You know, if you're on the don't side, you're basically grinding it out. But when I play in Vegas, I'm going for that home run, and I want to start off, and this is my foundation here. So going back to the foundation, $70, that's our goal. This is our setup. Now we got to figure out how we're going to get this $70 in profit in the fastest way possible. So that's where the option 70 comes in. Okay, so now we covered the foundation. Now the question is, how do we make $70 in profit the fastest and quickest way so that we are playing with only profits and not our bankroll? Okay, so you can easily use your bankroll to place the $70, but that would take you about 6 to 8 rolls to recuperate this. So you could go from your own bankroll. I'm gonna go 70 across, well, 66 across, hard 4, hard 10 for 4. You can basically use your $70, start off from the start after the come out, and then you can press from there. But the problem with doing that, and I see this a lot on the table, is the average rolls is 6 rolls. You're gonna have to take about 6 to 8 rolls to recuperate your $70. And with, you know, the odds against you recuperating, it's a losing battle. Not only because of the probability of the 7 coming out in 6 rolls, but also you don't have the 2, the 3, you have a lot of holes in this. So the crap numbers could be rolling. So it's not 6 consecutive rolls now. It's gonna be 6 to 8 rolls to recuperate your money. So that's why putting out your bankroll at 70, it's high risk, because now you gotta beat the odds. and have an average of 6 to 8 rolls for every shooter for even to come out profit. So losing weight, so we're not doing that. Taking this back. So moving on, the fastest way and the quickest way and the most efficient way to get $70 is by using the iron cross. So I know some of you are like, iron cross, you know, that's such a beginner strategy. Yep, it's a classic, but there's a reason why it is. It covers all the numbers except the 7, and for the least amount of money possible. So trying to make $70 in one hit is option number 1. So one hit, that's why option 1 is for one hit. A one hit can't miss. So how do we do this? We do this by placing 120 here on the 6 and 8, 120 on the 6 and 8, 100 on the 5, and $70 on the field. Yep, simple iron cross. But when you cover all the numbers, so in one hit other than the 7, you're gonna make your $70. So if you hit a 3, other than the 2 and 12, which is the extra trees, you're gonna get extra bonus obviously, but if you hit a 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, you're gonna get $70, right? You got your $70 for your base here. If you hit the 5 pays, you lose the field, 5 pays 140. I'm gonna pay it in greens, 140 here. So 140, you take that back, you get change for this, and then you go back 20, you get your $70 here. So you hit the 5, you get net 70. Same with the 6 and 8. Either one hits, field loses, you get back 140 on here. You place back, you get, this is your money initial investment, you get $70. So that is the quickest way to get the $70 that you need to play. After that first hit, any number, you take this down, your initial money is back in your rack, and you get your $70 to play. You tell the dealer, put you 66 inside. $66 inside, and then you place your hard 4 and hard 10, and your money all back in your rack, and you're set up, stress-free, ready to go, all in just one hit. That's the option number 1. Also, you get the bonus too, right? So don't forget the bonus. If you hit the 2, you get double, and some casinos you get triple. So you can get extra money actually on that one hit can't miss. So that's the good thing about the iron cross. Simple iron cross, but that's just basically what it is. We use it because it works. So it's a basic strategy, but sometimes basic is the best. It's tested and proven. So that's option number 1. All right, so we got option number 1. Now moving on to option number 2. So option number 2 stands for 2 hits. So how do we get 2 hits to get our $70 foundation? Yep, we're using the iron cross again, which is the best because we want 2 hits no matter what. We don't want no holes in there, so we got to cover everything. So 2 hits, the setup here. For the option number 1, I forgot to mention the total investment off of that is $410. So $410 may be a lot for you, may be uncomfortable, and maybe not in your bankroll, but that's basically if you wanted to play that one hit to get your 70, it'll take $410. In option number 2, your layout now is 50 on the 5, 60 on the 6 and 8. Let me move it this way so you guys can see. And then you're gonna go 35 on the field, okay? So now If any of the field number rolls, you win 35. That's your first hit. The second hit, you're gonna make 35. Then you make your 70. So that's the field roll, excluding the 2 and 12, which is again the extra cheese. You get extra money, but 2 hits on the field, you make your 70, and then you're out. You bring all this down. With the 5, 6, and 8, you guys know how it works with the iron cross. You get paid 70 here. This comes down. You're gonna replace this with 35. You're gonna rack 35 on your first hit. If a 5 hits again, you're gonna get $70 for your 50. This comes down again. You replace this. You get your 70. You rack up all your money back. Your 205 investment here. 205. Let me just count that out for you guys. Here's your 205 investment for this. You got your 2 hits, you got your 70. You rack back up your 205 safely, keep it in your rack. You tell the dealer 66 inside again with your 70. After 2 hits, any hit, you're gonna make your 70. Your extra 4 goes on the hard 10 and hard 4. You're set up, stress-free. After 2 hits, total investment to play that, option number 2 is at 205. So this might be more comfortable for you. And if it is, and your bankroll, you don't have that kind of bankroll to go big, this may be the strategy for you. I mean, you have no choice but to play at this level option. So your bankroll definitely will dictate it, and also your comfortability level. So first, option number 1 is at 410. Option number 2 is at 205. So now to the next option, option number 3. 3 again stands for 3 hits. So the 3 hits, how we're gonna get this, we're not gonna do 3 hits on the iron cross, but we're gonna come down on 2. We're gonna be playing the quarter pounder. So if you haven't seen the quarter pounder, I'm gonna leave a link for you to check it out. But basically, the quarter pounder, your setup is 60 on the 6 and 8. And you're gonna go 35 on here, almost like option 2. But instead of going 50 on the 5, we're gonna go $10 on the hopping 5 here. So quarter pounder, if any field number hits here, we're gonna win 35. This hopping 5 will come down. We'll replace this and we get our quarter pounder. Okay, second hit, let's say field again. We get our 35. Our hopping 5s comes down. That gets replaced. We make $50. So instead of going 3 hits on this and keep so the total investment here is 165. So we got 50, 50, 125, 150, 165. 165 is the total investment to play the quarter pounder, option 3. So I don't want to leave this out more than 2 hits because there's a chance that the 7 can come out. So after 2 hits, we're gonna make 50 here. Now we gotta improvise on our bankroll and what we're investing. So we only have 50. Okay, so what we're gonna have to do is take 20 from our bankroll, and then we can make up this 70. So we use 20 now. But I would prefer having this $20 of my bankroll at risk rather than the 165. And I know you guys would agree that as well, that, you know, $20, if they 7 out, I'm fine with losing 20. 165 probably would hurt a lot more. So that's why after 2 hits, I'm taking it down. So we're gonna add 20 from our bankroll. We tell the dealer 66 inside. They're gonna set it up here. 15, 15, 18 again. And right there, we're gonna go from there and we get our 70. Now we're down 20. Remember that. We came out 20. So we got to take one hit from all of this. Then we're out of the red. So we're still in the red. So we're going to have to wait one more roll to get our money back. So if the 5 hits, we're going to get 21. 5, 6, or 8, payout is 21. We'll take this. We're not going to press anything. First hit, any hit, we're going to rack this up. Okay? So now we're going to be free and clear. But that's option number 3. We're going to have to take 3 hits, two any number on the first 2 rolls. We're going to make 50, and then the third roll we got to hope that they hit a box number as quickly as possible instead of any of the crap numbers. But it's a cheaper way. You're only investing 165, but you know it's better on your bankroll if you have a lower bankroll. Sometimes you got to play like this, but on the $15 table, your minimums are 15. You gotta get at least 70 to play. I mean, this is probably the minimum. You would like to play 96, but sometimes, you know, we don't all have the same bankroll. So that's option number 3. Now for the last option, option number 4, it involves the come out roll. All right, so now how you use the come out roll to make your $70 is by playing for the 7. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna lay the 4 for 210 here. So let's go lay this 210 here, 4, and then you're gonna take $30 and you're gonna place it on the 4. Okay, so we have $240 invested in option number 4. And this is only on the come out, okay? So on the come out, if they roll a 7, we're gonna lose this $30 here, but we're gonna get paid 105 minus the VIG. So we're gonna get 100 minus the 30 that we lost. We recuperate the 30 we lost, and now we get $70. So that's how we get $70. So if you lay this out, let's say they roll a 7, you get $70. You actually put back the 30 here, and then you're gonna get your 70. I leave it out there. If that 1-7 comes out, we made 70 here. If they don't roll if they roll another 7, guess what? We lose this. We get paid 105 minus the VIG. We get another $70 because we got that 30. So if they roll 3, 4, 7s, we're making bank on that. So, but all we need is just 1-7. Once we get that 70, let's say they rolled 7 on the first roll, we make our 70, and then they roll a point of 5. Now what I do is take down the lay, right? Oh, take down the lay and the 30 that was there. Right here, take this down, put this back in my rack. I have my 70. I go straight up on after the come out, straight to 70, because this is all profit. This was all profit that I made on the come out roll. 70, and I'll place the 4 and 10. I'm good to go, stress free, ready to press up to the moon. Sit back, enjoy. All my money is back in my rack. My bankroll is intact. Don't have to worry at all, and anything I'm playing with profits and have to not worry at all. That's option number 4. So now that I explained each option to you, now the big question is, which option do I use at the craps table? Now here is where it separates the beginner craps player from the advanced craps player, because each option is designed to be used on a specific type of player. A random roller, a dice setter, a rhythm roller, a controlled shooter. You're gonna use one of these options. It's just like football. You can't play the same play over and over in the game. You're gonna lose the game. You gotta be able to adjust, and that's what option 70 does, is allow you to change it up according to the shooter. Okay, so I know some of you guys say, you know, there's no dice control, everybody's random, but I personally believe that there's shooters better than another shooter. And I'm sure you can't argue with that. I mean, their SRR is going to be higher. Of course, they're going to PSO. Of course, you know, their dice will come out random at times. But overall, you look at that player, that like one of my crew members, I know their SRR is pretty high. So I can trust in them when they're throwing. So that's where you categorize all of which option to use. So let's look at all the options. Let's go back. So option number 1, the highest amount of investment needed, $410. Now I wouldn't use this on the random roller. I would only use this on someone I completely trust, like myself. I would invest $410 on the layout, on Mrs. Money Shot, and maybe at times on my crew member after the first warm-up, or I can see how they're feeling or how comfortable they are on the table. Then I would blast the 410. But that's the only time I would use this one hit can't miss, because 410, losing that on a PSO, that's a lot of money to recuperate if you lose that. So that option number 1 is just reserved for people I trust, and I know for a fact there's a high probability that they're gonna hit 1. Their PSO level is slim to none. So, you know, with the dice controllers too, eliminating the maybe 1-7 will give even more probability for me to hit. You got to think, one hit can't miss. You have 83.3% chance of making a win, making a hit. And if a dice controller can eliminate just one set of the 7, now you're looking at 90% of them making that one hit for you. So I would take that 90% compared to the 10% any day. I mean, in any bet, if your odds is 90% compared to 10%, and that dice controller can get that 83% to 90% and eliminate at least for one roll the 7, that's a great bet. So high investment, but low rolls, just one roll. The option number 1 is just reserved specifically for people I trust. Now, option number 2 is the 210 layout iron cross. I would use these on dice setters, rhythm rollers, and even the crew members. I would trust that they can hit 2 rolls. You know, rolling 2 rolls when the average roll of a random roller is 6, to have a 7 coming out, that's still a good probability if you look at probability on that point on the number of rolls. But them rolling out the rhythm rollers, I would need to see at least the first round, see how they throw for me to get analysis. So using this option 70, you gotta have information. You're not randomly just using a strategy just based on he's the next shooter. I look at it like a poker table. You study each player, you gather information, then you can make the right move. So at the first round, I consider him a random roller. If he becomes a rhythm roller off his first roll, his first hand, then I would change him into a different category. But that's part of being a more advanced craps player, when you can read that. Obviously, I know they're not gonna, everything is different, but I'm basing my strategy, at least, you know, logically, on some information that I have, you know, factual information that the guy can roll and he's a rhythm roller. I would definitely bet it's a more educated bet rather than a randomly bet and just not going off of any information. So option number 2, 2 hits. I'll use them on the crew, I'll use them on the dice setter, and I'll use them on the rhythm roller. 2 hits, I'm out. 70 is set up, my foundation, I'm good to go. You know, hoping that they're just not gonna, if they hit the 2 or 12 on the first roll, that's even better, because I'm down after the first roll. I don't have to wait the 2 rolls. So that's the good thing about the iron cross too. So option number 2, reserved for dice setters and rhythm rollers and people that I trust as well. Now, option number 3, I would use this on the random rollers only if the table is not cold. If the table is rolling 2 3s or 4 rolls and they're not PSOing, or there's no just 2 and out, 2 shaker bakers, 3 and outs, I would use the quarter pounder on this table on a random roller. Getting 2 hits again, I'm not waiting the 3 hits, but the 2 hits, making the $50 and waiting for the 3rd hit. You know, it's almost like qualifying them. I have the 165 at risk for the first 2 rolls. On the 3rd roll, I only have $20 at risk, and after I get one of those hits on my 70 foundation, then I'm home free. I'm free and clear, stress-free. All my money's back in my bankroll. So option number 3, the 3 hits, I would use that on a random roller. I use that myself when I'm testing the table. Just to get the feel, I would do that. If you saw my last trip, I rolled Mar-nsters in the beginning, and I was starting off on that, which sucks, you know, not, you know, capitalizing on my own skills. So for option number 4, the 210 lay on the 4 or the 10, and the $30 hard 4 and a hard 10 or the hard 10, I would use that on a random roller. So on the come out, the odds of the 7 coming out on a come out roll is 16.6 chance, and with us covering, well, it's 8% on the 4 and the 10, but with us hedging the hard 4 or the hard 10, that brings it down to 5%. So 16% to 5%, that's about like three times the chances, and I would take my chance on the random roller. Looking at the random roller, they're just throwing out. So I'm just going off of information that they're gonna throw it randomly, and if they throw it randomly, then the chances are more so I would get a 7. So I would not lay the 210, lay 4 or 10 and the $30 heart on a controlled shooter. Okay, so I've learned this the hard way. The crew, they always snipe my 4 and 10 no matter what. If I try to run away from them, they'll hit it. And the reason why simply is because they're controlled shooters. They're avoiding the 7. If I'm laying the 4 and the hard 4, you know, my goal is to get a 7. And if a controlled shooter is not trying to get a 7, then why would I lay it? So it doesn't make sense for me to lay anything on a controlled shooter. Basically, is their odds, you know, of getting that 7 is less than the 16%. So I would not do that. Only on a random roller, I would play that. I know it's a high investment, $240 you're investing to do that lay on the come out. But if you get hit, and you will get hit, but not often. Well, if you get huge bad luck, then don't do it anymore. But a lot of time, and I've been playing a lot, you win more 7s than the 4s in the long run. So I mean, you get 2 7s from a random roller, you're at 140, and then you about 3 hits, you get back into that saddle. But you keep on hitting that 70. Once you hit that 70 to get a point, I'm down already. My foundation is set. I'm already ready to press up off, you know, even before the point is established. So once I establish the point, I already got my 70 from the come out. I'm back in there stress-free, ready to move up. So that's what I like about option number 4. I'll use it on the randoms because randoms is randoms. I want them to give me that random probability. So that's option number 4. So in our next video, I'm going to be testing out the option 70 strategy, and we'll have our guest roller, Mrs. Money Shot, shooting it out. We're going to have some fun. I'm going to be telling her what type of shooter we'll be shooting, and we'll see if she knows which option is the best to use for that shooter. So check it out, stay tuned. It's gonna be fun, so you don't wanna miss it. Thank you guys again. Don't forget to check out our Patreon page. That's the place where you can go if you wanted to give donations or support the channel. There's gonna be different tiers of memberships from $5 to $10 to $25. Go check out the member benefits. See which one fits you. See which one you're comfortable with. Just like option number 70, we have options in our Patreon page. But again, all the Patreon funds will go to support our channel so we can get you guys more content. So thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you all. And may the dice be nice. Aloha.